The Supreme Court outlawed school segregation in 1954, but some Southern politicians defied the law and refused to integrate their schools. That's when Daisy Bates, a newspaper columnist and NAACP leader, stepped in to change things. Daisy had already proven her bravery during World War II. She had been the only woman pilot in Arkansas Civil Air Patrol. In the summer of 1957, Bates found 9 young people willing to take a very big risk. Enroll at Little Rock's all-white high school. Elizabeth Eckford, Carlotta Walls, Ernest Green, Minnie Jean Brown, Gloria Ray, Terrence Roberts, Thelma Mothershed, Melba Beals, and Jefferson Thomas. On September 4th, Bates led them to school. Protesters were out in full force. They screamed and spit at the black students and waved signs accusing them of communism, atheism, and genocide. But the protesters weren't the only obstacle. Governor Orville Faubus sent the Arkansas National Guard with orders to surround the building and prevent the 9 students from entering.
I do not mean and have had no intention of challenging the federal union, but the maintenance of the peace and order of a community is paramount to other considerations, and I found it necessary, in order to preserve the peace and order of the community and to protect the lives even of the Negro students and the Negro people, to take the action which I did.
The image of armed soldiers keeping black students out of school made international news. On September 12th, President Eisenhower met with Governor Faubus, warning him to stop obstructing justice. When Faubus wouldn't back down, Eisenhower moved the Arkansas National Guard from state control and sent the Army's 101st Airborne Division to Little Rock.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. For a few minutes this evening, I should like to speak to you about the serious situation that has arisen in Little Rock. In that city, under the leadership of demagogic extremists, disorderly mobs have deliberately prevented the carrying out of proper orders from a federal court. Local authorities have not eliminated that violent opposition. And under the law, I yesterday issued a proclamation calling upon the mob to disperse. This morning, the mob again gathered in front of the Central High School of Little Rock, obviously for the purpose of again preventing the carrying out of the court's order relating to the admission of Negro children to that school. Whenever normal agencies prove inadequate to the task, and it becomes necessary for the executive branch of the federal government to use its powers and authority to uphold federal courts, the President's responsibility is inescapable. In accordance with that responsibility, I have today issued an executive order directing the use of troops under federal authority to aid in the execution of federal law at Little Rock, Arkansas.
On September 25th, 1957, 3 weeks after school opened, the 9 African Americans finally went to class, escorted by the Army. Through the years, they suffered more harassment, but in the spring, Ernest Green, the oldest, became the first black person to graduate from Little Rock Central. The rest followed later. The Little Rock Nine received the Congressional Medal of Honor in 1998. Daisy Bates continued her work as civil rights leader until she died the following year. The Little Rock Nine reunited again at President Obama's inauguration. Today in Little Rock, children of all races attend Daisy Bates Elementary School.